Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my little corner of the cosmos. My name is Melody, and you are listening to Melody's Musings. And I brought my trusty little hammer here today because I'm going to talk about a subject that this is a good representation of the subject that I'm going to talk about today. And that is breakthrough. You know, we all go through trials and tribulations in life, whether it be broken marriages, broken relationships, problems with our children, money issues, job issues, you name it. And I've had my fair share of trials and tribulations in life. And I've found myself at the point where I had to rebuild my life more than once from the ground up, from scratch. And so often the way that I deal with it, because I'm a writer, when I have situations like that, is I tend to sit down and write everything out. Well, one day I was getting ready to do some writing, and as is often the case with me, because this is what I use to warm myself up for larger writing projects, is I write acrostic poems. Acrostic poems are those that you write a word down the left side of the margin, and then beginning with the first letter in each line, you write some kind of a poem. And it doesn't have to rhyme. It can, but it doesn't have to. Anyway, this particular day, I decided to select the word breakthrough, thus the hammer, and the need to break through depression, anxiety, insomnia, worries, anything that holds us back from being able to clearly see what it is we need to do in order to overcome the difficulties that we're dealing with. So, this is my attempt to dig into the word breakthrough and find some nuggets there of motivation, perhaps inspiration. And this one is actually on the wall here in my office. It's that purple one up there on the wall. So, without further ado, and I forgot to mention, I have selected breakthrough as my word for 2024. Instead of doing New Year's resolutions, which I think are useless, every year I select one word that I think will be motivating and helpful for me to focus on during that year. So for 2024, I have selected the word breakthrough. And here we go. Barriers and strongholds will be broken and burned. Restoration of body, soul, and mind will return. Ever grateful to God for his unfailing love, a heart that abounds in grace, joy, and peace. Kindness flows deep like a river unleashed. Though challenges galore ever present will be, hardships and trials will not defeat me. Rising above all, higher still I will go. O'er the horizon, yes, even far off into space, until stars, sun, and moon do each dance in place. God himself bends down and whispers to me, "Hey, I knew you could do it, for I gave you faith." If you have found this video and you are struggling with any issue in your life, I hope that you will consider focusing on what you want more of in your life instead of what you don't have, want, need. Because when you focus on the things that you don't have and the things that you're lacking, you're actually inviting more of that into your life, okay? Because your words are very powerful. Always remember that. So if you're always speaking negative things over yourself, your family, your friends, you're going to get more of that. You are able, if you were able to kind of switch your mindset from speaking negative things over yourself all the time and over other people to beginning to speak positive words in your life over yourself, your spouse, your children, your community. It'll make a difference. It'll shift things so that when you speak out the words that you want to draw more of towards you, that's what you get. Now, it's not easy to learn how to do that if you've been walking around your entire lifetime as a negative Nancy or Ned. It's a hard habit to break, I know, because I've been there. And for most of my life, I thought a lot of this kind of stuff was just kind of woo-woo, you know, when people would tell me these things. But I can honestly tell you that if you'll make an effort, it doesn't have to be perfect the first time you try it. But when a negative thought hits your head, hits your brain, if you can find a way to turn that around into something positive, believing that by doing that, you're going to draw in more of those positive things that you want in your life. You know, in talking about the struggles that I've been through, I've experienced extreme poverty as a child. I went on to more abundance as a young adult because I was willing to work hard. And later had a 20-year career in the space industry, which enabled me to live an even more comfortable life. But I haven't arrived by any means, okay? I may be comfortable, but I remember what it was like to be on welfare as a child. And to receive the monthly allotment of peanut butter and, oh, what was that? It's the powdered milk. Cheese, you know. I mean, we got a monthly allotment from the government when I was a kid. And there were times when we ate spaghetti with no spaghetti sauce. I mean, we not only didn't have the sauce, we didn't have the meat to go in the sauce. So we ate our spaghetti with butter. Okay? There were times when we didn't have any food at all in our home, and there were 5 children. So I understand what it's like to not have. But I also understand that there is a way to break through any obstacle. It doesn't have to be poverty. It can be anything that you're struggling with. If you try to, practice speaking positive things to yourself about whatever it is that you're concerned about. And if you're a person of prayer, that always helps. I believe that there is an abundant source who can meet all of our needs. And all we have to do is ask. You know, many of us grew up quoting Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I shall not want. What does that mean? I shall not be without the things that I need, and occasionally something that I want. In other words, I don't live in lack. I don't live with a lack mindset. And it's taken me a little while to crawl up out of the gutter of my life and even have the courage to look up and say help when needed. But I'm telling you, it's worth the effort. It's worth the effort. It really is. So I'm going to end it here because I didn't intend to make this video as long as it is. And I think I was rambling a little bit there, but I hope that something I said grabbed your attention. And I hope that you can take this concept of breaking through or breaking down the barriers in your life and understanding that you are a active participant, whether you realize it or not, in what your life looks like today, based on the words that come out of your mouth, be they negative or positive. So all of us have to choose. What do you want? What do you need? There's always a way. So don't lose hope. Okay? I hope you enjoyed listening, and I want to thank you for joining me today. And I hope and pray that each of you who are struggling today can find a way in your own life to break through the barriers that are keeping you from living, truly living, an abundant and joyful life. Because that's why we're here. That's why we're here. To live an abundant and joyful life. And that's really hard to do in this day and age. I know. But it is possible if you adopt that mindset. I'm going to think about the things that are positive in this world, that are noble, that are pure, that are, there's a scripture about that, and I didn't take time to look it up. But think on those things that are uplifting, that give you hope in the midst of life's storms. I love you all, and thank you for listening. Come back and see me again. I will see you in the next video.